Level 1. The Broke Newbie. Your first crypto memory is a red candle. You sit in a small apartment in Ohio, the only light from your laptop watching a chart bleed down. The coin was supposed to be the next big thing. Telegram said so. YouTube said so. Your friend from college knew the dev. You put in more than you could afford and lose half in an afternoon. You do not close the screen. Rent is due in 10 days. Your salary feels pointless next to these swings. This market moves more in an hour than you earn in a month. That night, you decide you are done being exit liquidity. You read white papers instead of watching shows. Discord instead of Instagram. You fight through smart contract audits. You learn TVL, slippage, impermanent loss by paying for each lesson. You are small and broke, but you track everything. Spreadsheets, screenshots, notes on every protocol. Every loss is tuition. Level 2. The part-time grinder. You stop chasing hype and start running simple plays. A bear market hits. Your feed says crypto is dead. Tokens trade under private round prices. Influencers move to AI and real business. You lean in. You build a setup. A hot wallet for Deegan trades. Another for yield. A hardware wallet in a drawer. Seed phrases on paper hidden where nobody would bother to look. You learn to live on-chain. You arb price gaps at 3 a.m. You farm incentives on quiet chains. You provide liquidity when others pull out, then exit before emissions die. Your phone becomes an alarm system. Price alerts, volume spikes, governance votes. Your job turns into the side quest. You make your first real money. Enough to clear your debts. Enough to send money home without fear. For the first time, the question is not, how do I survive? But what is the next move? Level 3. The trusted wallet guy. A message hits your inbox. You seem to know this. Want to run size? A small crypto fund has been watching your address. The one that enters early, exits cleanly, avoids chasing tops. They give you a slice of their capital. You design strategies. They take a cut. You take a cut. Now you think in 6- and 7-figure rotations. You see the new wallet balance and your chest tightens. One address holds more than your whole family has ever seen. You plan flows, stablecoin rotations, liquidity mining campaigns. OTC deals with teams that need deep books for launch. You talk with devs you once watched from afar. You ask better questions. Who controls admin keys? What happens if the oracle fails? Why emissions look this aggressive? You stop thinking like retail. You think like someone whose click moves markets. Level 4. The quiet whale. You become the wallet everyone pretends not to track. Protocols contact you before launching pools. Exchanges offer special market-making terms. Founders invite you into strategic rounds because your entry is a signal. Dashboards fill your screens. One for your own stack, one for clients, one watching other whales. You see big rotations on-chain before any announcement. You learn the real game, not predicting price, but predicting flows. Where liquidity will chase the next story. Which chain gets developers, then media, then retail. The cost shows up fast. Your days blur into charts and chats. A single notification can mean a bug, a halt, or a policy shift. At your size, one mistake does not hurt. It kills. You buy a house, a nice car, boring stocks. You expect to feel safe. You do not. Your net worth swings more in a week than you once earned in years. Level 5. The market mover. You cross a line. You are not a trader anymore. You are part of the plumbing. You provide liquidity for multiple exchanges. Your bots keep order books tight. New projects ask, will you be there on day 1? You sit in private chats with other whales. Anonymous names, familiar patterns. Trust is built on deals kept and secrets held. You find out reputation is the real asset. One rug, one leaked plan, one reckless dump that crushes retail and doors shut. No more early deals. No more special terms. No more calls before listings. So you set your own rules. You avoid obvious scams. You refuse to nuke thin books. You warn teams before you pull from their ecosystem. You blacklist people who treat users as disposable. Your moves change charts strangers stare at worldwide. When you add liquidity, people cheer. When you pull, they panic and ask what you know. You talk less. You sleep less. Level 6, the invisible operator. One morning you check your dashboards and feel nothing. You are rich beyond what you once thought possible. Several properties, a portfolio outside crypto. Your neighbors think you work in tech, and that is how you want it. Your role shifts from clicking to directing. You lead a small team. One person tracks rules and enforcement. One builds tools to scan smart contracts and wallets for risk. One studies narratives and data across chains. You approve big moves. The playbook handles the rest. Positions spread across wallets, chains, and jurisdictions. An emergency stash of stables sits far from any protocol or exchange, in case everything breaks at once. Risk feels different now. The trades that excited you now look like threats. You stop chasing 50x dreams. You focus on not blowing up. More goes into steady yield, real businesses, and boomer assets. You still like the game. The stakes exhaust you. Level 7. The system behind the whale. Now, you is not one person. It is a structure of entities, agreements, and people. You sit on cap tables. You guide token design and liquidity plans. Lawyers handle terms with words that once meant nothing to you. Founders want your network more than your money. Market makers, other whales, media, they all know your track record. You only back things you believe can live through a bear market. You push for safer unlocks. You insist on audits before mainnet. You warn against designs that need endless new buyers to avoid collapse. You have seen those fall apart. Each cycle, new faces arrive, repeat old mistakes, then vanish. Charts rhyme. You are still here. That survival is your edge. You think less about next month and more about the next 10 years. Level 8. The exit you did not expect. One day, the important message is not from a dev or an exchange, but from a lawyer. Rules tighten. Tokens you backed show up in reports. Exchanges change their policies. You hear about large players receiving letters no one screen shares. You read the signs. You can keep playing hard until someone else decides you are done, or slow down and choose your own exit. You unwind quietly. You shrink risky exposure. Close fragile strategies. Run leverage to zero. Shift more wealth into places where the rules are clear and boring. No retirement post. No thread. You simply stop being the wallet that moves first and biggest. For the first time in years, you open your laptop and do not rush to check every chart. You notice your body is tired. You notice family that has no idea how close you came to losing everything on a bad night. You see friends who knew you before any of this. You did what nearly nobody manages to do. You became a real crypto whale operator, moved markets, built a system, survived the winters, and left before the game ate you. In the end, the highest level is not more size. The highest level is walking away on your terms.